Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Today, I just want to react to one or two videos about some really appalling things, to be honest with you. Some shocking things. And I didn't think it was this deep of a matter because, everything that's happening with Israel and Palestine. By the way, free Palestine, guys, all the way. Everybody make dua for Palestine and for our brothers and sisters there. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them and give them victory as soon as possible. Ameen. Alright, so in this video, right, so it's pretty much teachers from Israel brainwashing and training kids to hate Arabs, Palestinians, or whatever you want to call it, pretty much Muslims, right? Because their perception of Arabs is that all Muslims are Arabs, which is not the case. There's like 15% of the population of Muslims, which is Arabs. It's just crazy how ignorant people are. But let's get right into the video, and I'll probably pause it throughout the video just to talk about some of the captions because it's initially in Hebrew. Alright, so let's get started, guys.
כשאני אומרת לכם ירושלים, מה עובר לכם בראש? מה זה ירושלים?
So she says, what comes to your mind when I say the word Yerushalayim, I guess Jerusalem, right? And Jerusalem is like the holy city for all three faiths of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam as well. So the kids reply, the Holy Land, Holy House, the temple, because, that is a holy place for Judaism as well.
מקדש.
כותל, מה
כן.
עוד?
מי מאמין שבית המקדש ייבנה בשנים הקרובות?
So she goes, who thinks the temple will be built in a few years? And the temple that she's referring to, right, is the third temple within the Judaic religion, right? And they believe that the third temple is going to be built and then their Messiah is going to come and all that stuff, right? So let's see what the kids say.
מה יש שם עכשיו על בית המקדש?
All right, let's rewind a little.
בשנים הקרובות?
So she goes, what is there in place of the temple right now? And what she's referring to is Masjid al-Aqsa, right, which is the third holiest spot for Muslims, okay? We have Mecca, we have Medina, and we have Masjid al-Aqsa, which is one of the most beautiful, holiest spots for Muslims, right, in the Islamic faith. So let's see what the kids say.
מה יש שם עכשיו על בית המקדש? אז מה יקרה עם המסגד?
So she goes, what will happen to the mosque, right? And look at what they reply with. They go, it will collapse, explode, disappear. Like, this is insane. Like, how are you gonna, obviously they didn't learn this from, natural birth and all that, right? Someone had to feed this idea into their head. So the fact that they're at such a young age talking about the mosque being collapsed and exploding and disappear, this is already ingrained within their brains, man, and their minds. And they have such, like, I don't even know the word. Like, it's so crazy to me that they teach kids such racism. This is straight up racism, man.
אם כן פגש בשנה האחרונה ילד ערבי?
So she goes, who among you have met an Arabic kid in the last year? Arabic kid? You mean Arab, bro. Come on.
איפה פגשת ילד
So then the guy goes, where did you meet that Arabic kid?
ערבי?
And the kids respond, near the temple.
ודיברת איתו?
Did you talk to him? She said. And someone goes, no, he pushed me away and left. Right? So obviously, who knows if this is even the case, right? But even if it is the case, like, the stuff these kids are saying or being brainwashed to say, like, there's gonna be hostility, you feel me? Like, they're saying stuff like, oh yeah, it's gonna collapse, it's gonna disappear, all this stuff. And I'm sure they say even worse stuff, as you'll come to see.
ומה קורה כשאתם רואים ילד ערבי? מה
So what happened when you meet an Arabic kid? What do you feel?
אתם מרגישים?
Alright, so they go angry. She goes, what do you guys feel when you meet an Arabic kid, right? And they go angry. And someone goes, I feel I want to kill them. And notice, these teachers don't try to stop these kids or, like, tell them, oh no, what are you talking about? Don't talk like that. We're not supposed to be nice to people. We're supposed to be, respectful of other people's beliefs, this and that, humanity, all this stuff. But no, they don't do that. And look, this kid right here, look at my cursor. He's smiling, he's laughing. People here grinning and all that stuff. they're so happy. And why? Because they feel angry when they meet Arab kids. They want to kill them, right? If this is not racism, where is Biden and the West and all these people? Why isn't this video on like mass news headlines and all that stuff? How could they support such racism and such? This is like terrorists in the making, bro. Like these kids will grow up to hate Arabs, to hate not just Palestinians, all Arabs. Like it's so crazy to me, man. Pretty much Muslims, right? They want to kill them. Obviously, they feel angry when they see them. So obviously, that's going to lead to conflict. You're teaching these kids at such a young age. You're brainwashing them. This is straight up manipulation, and I feel sorry for these kids. But at the same time, like these are going to be the new generations that grow up to persecute Muslims in the future. It's so sad.
מגזר? מה קורה כשאתם פוגשים ילד חילוני?
And then she goes towards the Jewish people, right? She goes, "What happens when you meet an unreligious Jewish kid as compared to a Arab kid, right?" So let's see what they say now. So they go, "We feel sorry for him because he's secular." So pretty much an unreligious Jewish kid, right? He's not that practicing. He's more secular and all that stuff, and they feel sorry for him. They don't feel angry like they do with the Arab kid, right? They just feel sorry for him. She goes, "Why do you feel sorry for him? Is it because he was not born religious? What did he lose?" He's not moving in the right path. Oh, so they feel sorry for him. They want him to come back to the right path, as we would say in Islam, Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, guide us to the straight path when we pray to Allah, right? So they're pretty much saying, oh yeah, no, we just want him to come back to the right path, and we feel sorry for him. So much remorse and so much love and care. But for the Arab kid, nah, we feel angry. We want to kill him. All this racist stuff.
כשאתם חושבים על ירושלים בעוד 10 שנים.
So she goes, how do you see Jerusalem in the next 10 years, right? So they're pretty much ingraining this idea into their heads that this is what we're going to achieve in the next 10 years, right? And these kids are learning this at such a young age. It's crazy to me. And they go, everybody will be a religious Jew. So if everybody will be a religious Jew, you're pretty much saying the Arabs or the Palestinians are pretty much gone, right? They're not going to be there. Look at how they're all screaming this. They're so excited. They're like, everybody will be a religious Jew. Everybody, right? It's so insane. And then this guy, oh my God, man, this is so crazy. He goes, there will be Arabs, but they will be slaves. Oh my God. Can you believe this, guys? People make all these comments about Muslims and terrorists and this and that, and how they brainwash kids to join jihadi groups and all this bullshit, right? And then you have teachers in Israel, right? And there's like 4 or 5 adults in the room with them listening to all this. None of them have said once to stop or to correct them or anything like of the sort, you know what I'm saying? And he wants pretty much Arabs to be slaves, right? And I'm sure he's not the only one in the class that thinks like this. Why? Because this is the hate, the anger they feel, and the, animosity they develop from their peers and their adults that teach them this. It's so racist. And then someone goes, oh, I think she goes, oh, because the Messiah will be here. I got it. And then what do you say? And someone goes, there will be a massive war and all the Arabs will die. All the Arabs will die. Not just the Palestinians, okay? All the Arabs. This is the most craziest thing right here. And she's influencing this because she's asking these questions in this manner to make them answer in this manner, right? And just look at the smiles on some of their faces right here, right in the middle. This guy, right? This guy's giggling with his hand covering his mouth. This guy's giggling, turning around. Everybody's just so like, no one in this class has like an ounce of remorse on their face, I'm like, what are we saying? Like, how could my classmate say this? None of that, right? And it's crazy, man. When you have the truth upon you, everybody attacks you, especially people like this. And it's becoming so clear. And this is why you can see it all over TikTok, social media, all these places. So many non-Muslims are reverting back to Islam because they're looking at the faith of the Muslims and all the persecution that's happening to them. And they're like, damn, how are they so strong in their faith even through all this? How are they not questioning God? What is in their faith that is so, strong and making them so, uh, to be able to deal with all this stress and trauma. And they read the Quran and they're like, wow, this is amazing. This is like, shocking. How is this book even saying stuff like this? It's talking to me. It feels like I'm relating to this. I feel like I've always been Muslim based on learning about this. This religion is so peaceful, so nice, or all this. And they're becoming Muslim. It's happening all over social media. You can see it. So this is a victory for Allah, man. This is a victory for Islam. Even though we're going through all this persecution, all this BS, all this hate coming towards us from Israel, from the West, US, all these places, right? Biden will never show you stuff like this, will never condemn stuff like this, but they're going to condemn the so-called terrorists in Palestine, which are fighting for their lives. They will fight back after being smacked, day after day for 70, 50, whatever number of years. And when they fight back, they're labeled terrorists, okay? Some BS, some hypocrisy to the max. And the truth is, the Israel regime is the terrorist, right? They're developing more terrorists by brainwashing kids like this, sadly, right? And people that support them are terrorist supporters, whether you like it or not. We are not going to be shy about that. We're going to spread the voice. We're going to spread this message. And if you support Israel, then you are a terrorist supporter. Just know that. And I wish you have some amount of common sense and you come back to the right path and you come back to at least common sense to not have a double standard and at least call it like you see it. If you're gonna say Hamas is a terrorist, then you have to admit Israel is a bigger terrorist because there was no Hamas initially. Okay, Israel created Hamas. Okay, and Israel is killing millions of. All right, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but thousands of people for over 70 years, okay? When you see your kids being blown up, body parts exploding, and, children dying, parents dying, all this stuff, you're going to create more people that want to protect their loved ones and take revenge. You are creating terrorists. So you can't play the victim when you are the aggressor. You are the occupier, okay? I don't care what anyone says, and it is what it is. Israel is a terrorist, and Biden and people like Piers Morgan, Ben Shapiro, all these people, Jordan Peterson, they're all terrorist supporters, man. Every single one of them. And like I said, man, to all my friends, family members, loved ones, everyone out there, you should have the decency to at least understand that who is at fault here and who is the true victim. And if you can't, I feel sad for you. I really do. And I don't really know if I want anything to do with you because we can all agree we should stand for truth. And if we can't even do that, what's the point? But yeah. And part of them will become slaves. So there's going to be a massive war. They're going to kill all the Arabs, and whoever doesn't die, I guess, is going to end up being slaves, right? Great. Oh, look at that. The adult goes, good, you got all the information. All right, guys. 100. You aced the test. Freaking racist scumbags, man. Thank you, kids. Keep up in your education here. Yeah, you're learning great stuff. You're going to do a lot of good for the world and humanity by killing all the Arabs and making them your slaves. Wow. Such beautiful children. You aced the test. Great, 100% marks for every single one of you. Go tell your friends, family members what to do. This is just insane, man. Shame on all these adults for teaching the kids stuff like this. There's a very special place that Allah has prepared for people like this, unless they repent. But if they die on belief like this, oh man, I don't feel sorry for them whatsoever, and they deserve what's coming for them. All right. So as you saw, guys, terrible human beings here as the adults. I can't even blame the kids, man. They're innocent, but they're being brainwashed and they're being, told all these lies. They've probably been told so many lies from a young age, which causes them to hate and feel anger and all this animosity. They feel like they're doing good because that's what they learn. And they're gonna probably grow up to join the IDF and all this stuff and kill many innocent people, sadly. And I'm telling you, man, you do not want the Muslims as an enemy, right? I think Muhammad Hijab said it in one of his videos when they were protesting. Um, against the Chinese embassy when the whole Uyghur situation was happening, which is still happening. Sadly, that is still happening as well. Right? And in his speech, he said that you cannot defeat an enemy that when they look at the bottom of the barrel of the gun, they see paradise. Right? We don't care about death. All right. If it happens, we become martyrs. We really don't care. Right? We would rather stand for truth and die. Okay. And that is the truth. So at the end of the day, Islam will win, Muslims will win, and you'll see it. And Israel will fall. And they're being exposed with social media. Like, the truth is coming out. A lot of people are seeing it. You know, the higher up officials in the West want to support them, give them aid, all this stuff. But they're going to lose. They can't beat them. And that is the truth. All right, guys. Lastly, again, free Palestine. You know, please make the dua, guys. Spread this video, share it with your friends and family members, and understand that who the real victim is here. And everybody make the dua, and Ameen, Allah hears our dua and protects the people. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.